Friends, good morning. Today we will discuss two more concepts. One is attributes and the another one is variables. Attributes is a qualitative characteristic. Qualitative characteristic in the sense these cannot be measured numerically. So a qualitative characteristic like sex, male, female, nationality, Indian, Brazilian, religion, grade in examination, A, B, C, O plus, beauty, ugly, blood group O, A, B, B plus. So these are all called as attributes. Attributes are measured using nominal and ordinal scales. The another one is a variables. Variables are a quantitative characteristics. So quantitative characteristics means these are measurable, like weight of a person. So this can be measured in kg. Examination marks, these are measured in number. Population of a country, so this is measured in million peoples. Profit of a salesman, so this can also be measured in rupees. So all these are called as variables, and for variables are measured using interval and ratio scale. So there are two types of variables. So one is a discrete variable and the another one is a continuous variable. A discrete variable is a variable which takes only particular values. For example, number of students in a class. Suppose there are 20 students in a class. Number of articles produced by a machine. Suppose the machine manufactured 5,000 articles. So population of a country. Population of a country is supposed to be 130 crore or million people. So most of these discrete variables are the integral values. But one thing which should be noted in the case of discrete variables or the values in the discrete variables are, even though these are integral values, but that should be isolated values. So the values should be separate. So there should not be no overlapping for the values. The another one is a continuous variable. A variable taking all possible values in a certain range is called as continuous variable. For example, weight of a person from 20 kg to 30 kg or 30 kg to 40 kg. So it takes a particular range. So 20 to 30, 30 to 40. Length of a screw from produced by a machine from 0.5 mm to 1 mm, or speed of a vehicle. A speed of a vehicle can be taken as 50 to 60. So likewise, continuous variables, in this case, weight of a person. See in this case, in the table. So this is 20 to 30, 30 to 40, 40 to 50, 50 to 60. So this is nothing but a data which is a continuous type of nature. So if you see these values, we will get some sort of idea about the continuous variable. So one is, see in the third column. So these are vertical lines. These vertical lines are called tally marks. So tally marks means for a particular value in the first row 20 to 30. So the number of students are 5. Means what? So there are 5 students whose weights are 20 to 30. The weight of a student may be anything. It may be 20 or it may be 20 to 25 like this. But for this data, for each student, we are taking a vertical line. And if you add these vertical lines, so this comes to be a frequency. So these vertical lines made for each observation is called tally mark. Frequencies are nothing but the number of vertical lines. If you see in the third column, there are 5 vertical lines. And 5 vertical lines means there are 5 students, and in this particular class, in the class 20 to 30, there are 5 students. So that is called as a frequency or the class frequency. So frequency means the number of vertical lines in a particular class. So that is nothing but a frequency. The another one is a class or class interval. So class interval means what? So these are called as the class intervals. So these are called as class interval. All these are also known as a classes. So there are 4 classes. So one is 20 to 30, the another one is 30 to 40, the next one is 40 to 50, and finally it is a 50 to 60. So all these are known as a class or class intervals. The various groups into which the values of the variable are classified are known as classes or class interval. The next one is a class limits. So if you see the first class, so the first class, in the first class, so the class starts from 20 and it ends up to 30. So this 20 is known as the lower limit of the class, and this 30 is called as a upper limit of the class. So this 20 is lower limit, 29 is upper limit of the first class. So class limits are the two values specifying the class. So these are called class limits. The larger value is called upper limit and the smaller value is called lower limit. So there exists, friends, one more concept. So that is called as a class width. So class width means the difference between these two values. The difference between the class limits is known as class width. For the first class, the width of the class is 10. For the second class, the width is 10. So the class, this is exclusive. The class is known as a exclusive class, whereas the second is inclusive class. So what is meant by exclusive? So in the exclusive class classification, the upper limit of the class is excluded from that class, and in inclusive classification the upper limit is included in the class. So whether the class is exclusive or the class is inclusive, that depends upon the upper limit of the class. So if the upper limit is included, so that is inclusive class. If the upper limit is excluded, the value is exclusive class. So in 20 to 30, so we are not taking 30 value in the first class, it should be included in the second class. Or we may say that, so a class is exclusive if the upper limit is same as the lower limit of the next class. For example, see here, in the second class, the upper limit is 40, whereas for the third class, the lower limit is 40. So the upper limit is same as lower limit of the next class. So that is called as a exclusive classification. So this is exclusive, this is exclusive, this is exclusive, because the upper limit is same as lower limit of the next class. If you see this, 29 upper limit, 30 is the lower limit. Upper limit is not equal to lower limit. So in the, this is nothing but a inclusive classification. In the inclusive classification, so for the first class, 29 is included in the first class, 39 is included in the second class, 49 is included in the third class. Likewise, upper limit is included in that particular class. So what is the width of the class? Upper limit minus lower limit, the difference between the limits. So 30 minus 20 is 10. So for exclusive classification, this is nothing but the difference between the class limits. But what about this? So if you see this 20 to 29, there are 10 observations including 20. So 20, 21, 22 up to 29, there are 10 values. So this means the class width should be 10. So in the second class, 30 to 39, the class width is also 10. But how to calculate this class width? Or inclusive classification, that is nothing but value of the difference between the midpoints. So for exclusive classification, upper boundary minus lower boundary is the class limits. If you find the midpoint of these classes, so the midpoint for this class is 20 to 29. Midpoint means so the difference between these two divided by 2. So 29 minus 20. So 29 minus 20 is 9 divided by 2. So that is 4.5. So if you add this 4.2, the 4.5 to the lower limits, so that comes to be 20 plus 4.5 is 24.5. 30 plus 4.5 is 34.5. So the difference between these two midpoints. So the midpoint of first class is 24.5. The midpoint of second class is 34.5. The difference between these two midpoints is nothing but the class width. So for this exclusive or inclusive, the class width remains the same. So what is, these are the frequencies, and this is a cumulative frequency. So cumulative frequency means addition of frequencies. Addition of frequencies, we can add this frequency from top to bottom, or we can add this frequency from bottom to top. If you add the frequency from top to bottom, that is called as a less than cumulative frequency. So this value is less than cumulative frequency. The first frequency is 5. 5 is added to the next 12. So that comes to be 17. 17 is added to 18, so the addition is 35. 35 is added to 14, so the addition is 49. So if you add from top to bottom, that is called as a lower cumulative frequency or less than cumulative frequency. And if you go reverse wise, so that is a more than cumulative frequency. More than cumulative frequency means this is 14. 14 is the frequency of last class. So add this to the next. 14 plus 18, that is 32. So 32 plus 12, that is nothing but 44. 44 plus 5, so that is called as a 49. And this 49 is the frequency of the first class. So suppose in some cases we are interested in how many students are below 40 and how many students are above 30. So to answer such questions, we need less than cumulative frequencies and greater than cumulative frequencies. So greater than cumulative frequency is also known as more than cumulative frequency. So friends, we will stop here and continue with interesting points in statistics in the next session. Till then, goodbye.